Yes, my Between the Liners, welcome back to the Between the Lines podcast. This is the match reaction for Manchester United 2, Sheffield United 1. And first, I have to start off by paying my respects to Sir Bobby Charlton. Rest in peace. Not only a Manchester United legend and hero, but also a legend and hero to the footballing world. One of the best players to ever play the game. Won a World Cup, won a European Cup, won a Ballon d'Or, won the league title, won the FA Cup. Also done numerous things off the pitch to support with charities and such. And I've heard he's an unbelievable person as well. Rest in peace to Bobby Charlton. I'm glad Man United have managed to get a win today in your honour as well. Bringing it back to today's game, hopefully the boys have done Sir Bobby Charlton proud. We've won 2-1 away from home at Sheffield United. It wasn't all easy, to be honest. I'm going to get into the game. Firstly, taking a look at the starting lineup beforehand, I'm not going to lie. As soon as I saw Lindelof at the back, I was a bit concerned. And to be honest, he kind of did well today, to be fair to him. So I'm not going to go too hard on him. Other than that, also we saw McTominay rewarded for his, obviously, the 2 goals against Brentford. He was rewarded with a place in the starting lineup ahead of Mount, ahead of Casemiro. Obviously, I think Casemiro was injured. So fair play to Ten Hag. Possibly a bold decision, and you could argue it's paid off, maybe not. Anthony came back into the starting lineup for the first time in 7 weeks. Which made sense because of the balance he brings to the team, so I got that. Rashford also got another start, and I get what Ten Hag was trying to do. Obviously, he's just scored for England midweek, so I was thinking maybe Ten Hag thought Rashford was going to come with like a renewed confidence, and I'll get into Rashford's performance throughout the game. So let's take it on to the positives, and I guess let me start with Rashford. I know a lot of you guys probably didn't see that coming, but I don't think he was that bad today. I feel like he's slowly rebuilding his confidence. He was taking on his man. He was beating his fullback quite regularly. And also, recently he's had his head down too much in like tunnel vision. Today he lifted his head up, kind of cut it back a little bit more to Bruno on the edge or anyone else who was on the edge of the box, rather than just head down running into traffic. So I thought he was trying to make things happen by not being too selfish today, and which also leads to the first goal, but I'll come to that in a bit. In the first half, I thought Amrabat, especially in that first half, and then he got way better in the second half. I thought he was so quick off the ground. As soon as the opponent gets onto the ball, his press is unbelievable. He gets into the opposition player and reduces that space for that player to find a pass, or Amrabat's going to put a foot in to block it or intercept it. He's so good at that, and I was really impressed with that. And in the second half, I thought he started getting a bit more comfortable, started knowing his role a bit better. Also, the team started to this free at the back thing when we're in possession and trying to build up from the back. I felt like the second half, especially, the team was getting a lot better at that, and I thought Amrabat was a big part to play in that. He's getting into the middle, lifts his head up, sprays it out wide, sprays it forward, tries to break the line if he can. I thought first half was lacking a little, but once he got his confidence up, he was a lot better in the second half. And I thought it was a really mature performance from Amrabat. He had that strike as well that hit the bar that was unbelievable. McTominay, I'm going to get to him in the negatives a little bit as well, but in the first half especially, I thought he was good from set pieces at least. Defensively, he's quite tall and he's got a bit of height about him, doesn't mind a header. So I thought that was one positive. And obviously, he scored the goal. And 1-0 Scott McTominay, Bruno Fernandes assist. There's a lot of haters for Bruno. I'm going to get to Bruno as well. That McTominay goal, I just want to speak about quickly. The pass that came to him from Bruno Fernandes is very difficult to take in that moment. It's very close to him. He's hit up into him, into his chest. To control that the way he did, to then watch that ball come down and have the presence of mind to block off a defender behind him, because any Sheffield United player can come and head that away or come and barge him over, to have the presence and the balance to stand there, watch it come down, to get a volley off. By the way, Alan Smith's commentary today on that game was pathetic. His biasness against Manchester United was so evident. Any little thing that we were doing, whether it was good or bad, you just saw the bad side in it every single time. How can he say that the goal was lucky? Like, what are you talking about? How is that lucky? He's taken the ball with an unbelievable touch to control that, to try and get that pass within your vicinity, the way it's come at him, and still have it within a close proximity to him, and then be able to the presence of mind to volley that in after it's come down from there. It's even taken a bit of time to volley that in after the pressure he's had and the scrutiny he's come under this season, and the 2 goals against Brentford could have just been like a flash in a pan moment. He stepped up again for the boys, and I absolutely loved it. What an unbelievable goal. That is an outrageous goal. I don't care what anyone says. So, and also that started off, before that, we were giving the ball away so much, which I'm going to get into in the negatives anyway, but that was the first bit of possession play that we had, and it started off with Dalot and Anthony down the right. Dalot plays a 1-2 with Anthony. He whips across in, wasn't the greatest, to be honest, but Rashford's kept it alive, done well. Instead of having tunnel vision again, he's kept onto the ball, passed it off to Lindelof. Lindelof has done well, he's found Bruno. Bruno, obviously his pass wasn't great, but McTominay's done the best out of the situation that he could, and it's an unbelievable goal, and I want to make sure everyone knows that. Another positive from the first half, I thought, especially, or even in the second half, to be honest, Bruno Fernandes' performance. Forget ability on the ball for a sec, which I'll get to anyway, but his performance in the first half, especially, the work rate was immense. He looked like one of the deepest midfielders in our team at certain points of that game. And I know Amrabat was playing that holding position, but Bruno wasn't the cam in this game. He wasn't behind the striker in this game. He was doing a lot of work all over the pitch. It was almost like he was a deep line playmaker role. He was down the left-hand side finding Marcus over the top. He was at right wing back helping defend with Dalot. I don't know what McTominay was doing, which I'm going to get to, but Bruno Fernandes was incredible throughout that whole game. His work rate specifically. On the ball, he was a bit loose a bit at times, maybe gave it away a bit at times, but majority of that time, he was very mature, and I thought it was a very mature performance. He could have got another assist, but Marcus has hit it wide. Honestly, I thought, I'm going to give my man of the match in a bit, but I'm going to tell you guys now, for me, it's Bruno Fernandes. I heard Maguire got it from Sky Sports. I don't know how he got it, to be honest. Like English media bias, picking Harry Maguire, like trying to help regain his confidence because they think he's getting bullied or whatever. I personally thought it was Maguire, and I don't think Maguire had a bad game, by the way. So also shout out Maguire and Evans. I thought they had a very solid game. We're going to get onto the goal that we can see, and Maguire's obviously going to boost up his win rate and hype that up in the media probably after the game. So big up Maguire anyway. He's got another win under his belt, and he honestly, I thought he did well. He wasn't outstanding, had a few good switches, kept his head defensively, got a few of the headers out from the box, which is the reason why he's in this team, because Sheffield United are going to try to punish you like that. But I thought the boys did well, because especially in the first half, you got to remember, Sir Bobby Charlton has just passed earlier in the day. The team is going to be a bit anxious. If you love Manchester United, coming out onto that pitch, you're going to be anxious in that game. And I think it showed in the first half especially. And to be honest, obviously we've been playing pretty bad in general this season anyway. But we came out a bit anxious, I thought, and we kind of rode out the pressure. Once we scored the goal, we conceded, obviously, which I'll get into. After Sheffield United scored, I thought we was going to be a bit more edgy, a bit more panicky, but I thought we rode out the pressure pretty well. After they scored, we kind of regained control of the ball. Even in the second half, we were quite in control of the ball as well, especially once our formation started working out a bit more, the three at the back. Lindelof inverted looked pretty decent today, I thought. I usually criticise Lindelof a lot this season, especially because of how soft he is. But Sheffield United didn't really pose a threat to Lindelof, wasn't really that physical on him, so I thought he had a decent game. Made a few sensible passes, got into decent positions in the inverted left back. I don't think Dalot really plays inverted. Another thing is, before I got into Dalot's goal even, I thought Ten Hag was really brave today with his substitutions. Quite surprised that Mount didn't play actually, or didn't get more minutes even, because I think he got like 5-6 minutes at the end. Ten Hag making the substitutions early, bringing on Eriksen, bringing on Martial, bringing on Garnacho, who I thought was sublime again. I know he didn't score a goal. I know he missed a sitter, but he was offside, and he had a couple other close chances. The guy is phenomenal. He's edging closer towards superstardom any minute now, I promise you, and it's going to be explosive. Once it all clicks for Garnacho, he's going to be a next level superstar. You can just tell. He's so close to getting there. Just slight decision making or when to do something. Once it all clicks, he's going to be unbelievable, I promise you. I thought Eriksen really controlled the game as well when he came on. I like when Eriksen comes on in these games where you need to keep control of the ball, because the first half we didn't do it enough, and in the second half, once he was on especially, I thought we looked really relaxed. He kind of brings like an ease and simplicity of the control of the ball, of possession, and he knows how to find a pass, incisive or keep it simple. He's good with his decision making as well. You just wish pardon me, sorry. You just wish that he was a bit more intense, if possible, throughout 90 minutes. More also, obviously, then we take it on to Diego Dalot, the goal. What an unbelievable goal. Lindelof's done well again, kept hold of possession like he was doing, and passed it out off to Dalot with an unbelievable finish. Maybe, yes, the keeper should do better. Possibly he should have parried it out or onto the post at least, but it's got enough power on it and it's got enough accuracy on it to be an unbelievable winner, a winner worthy, deserving of today after the passing of Sir Bobby Robson. Well done, Diego Dalot. I didn't really think he was amazing that game, but he made a few things happen, and obviously he's got the goal, so how can I complain? One more thing about Garnacho, to be honest, to final finish thing on the positives to finish with, I want to say Garnacho and Højlund, obviously, sorry. Højlund, I thought was unbelievable. I know he probably could have scored on the end of a Marcus cross, but I thought he was really good. Overall, his hold-up play is unbelievable, and his Premier League goal is so close to coming. The keeper made an unbelievable save. Garnacho, I just want to say I love how he plays football. He looks like he's having so much fun, and like I said, he's going to be a superstar soon. Last two positives, Bruno Fernandes, Marcus Rashford. I thought Bruno Fernandes really stepped up today, showed a real mature performance. Excellent game from Bruno. Rashford is getting there. He's really low on confidence. Like you saw, he had not easy, but he had a chance against when Bruno passed it off to him and he hit it wide with his left foot, and he also had a chance when the keeper's blasted it to him and he's passed it to Højlund instead of shooting. It's just a fit and firing, confident Rashford is scoring that, and you're just itching for him to get into form. Anyway, let's take it into the negatives, because at the end of the day, we've made it a bit difficult for ourselves against a team that's bottom of the league, only got 1 point in the league so far. I thought the first half, the first 20 minutes, we were so nervous. And like I've explained, maybe it was a pass from Sir Bobby Charlton, a bit of that, and also a bit of the fact that we're not playing great this season. Even throughout this game, a lot of it, especially in the first half, was really bad, to be honest. We couldn't keep hold of possession. The link-up play between the defenders to the midfielders to the strikers was lacking. Maguire and Evans and Lindelof couldn't find Amrabat or Bruno, and then they couldn't find the strikers or the wingers enough. It was in the air a lot of the time. We couldn't hold on possession. Scott McTominay, who has scored an unbelievable goal and done a couple, maybe one or two headers in the first half out of set pieces. Other than that, what the hell did he do? He was non-existent in that midfield. I think maybe he made 2 more forward runs. But other than that, his midfield play on the ball or possessionally was abysmal. I didn't really see him. And you look at I'm going to show you guys here now. Look at the heat map between Bruno. This is Bruno. And now look at the heat map with Scott McTominay. If I am Bruno Fernandes right now, and that's my midfield partner, I'm going absolutely mad at him. Like, where's your work rate? Or what are you doing? What game are you playing? Because you're not doing nothing. And then look at Bruno, who's doing everything. So, yeah, McTominay, and I get it. He deserved his chance in the team because he scored the 2 goals. And he scored today again, so he might even get another chance, because at the end of the day, it's about winning and losing, and scoring goals is the hardest thing in football, and he's done it. But the rest of his impact on the team was severely lacking, I thought. And the handball to give away. How many times do we keep conceding goals after we just score? The mentality of these guys is so bad. It's so brittle. I don't get it. 2 minutes and 45 seconds later, you give away a penalty. And the ball's about 10 yards away from you. Look, I think I understand what happened to him. His brain froze for a sec because it was at an awkward height. He didn't know whether to knee it, maybe to volley it, whether to hit it out or to let it go past him. I think he got stuck in about 4 different ideas and he's ended up doing the worst of it because by the time he's thought about what to do, he's obviously thought, oh shit, I need to stop this ball right now. By the time he's thought that, he's like, I can't do it with my legs right now. Instinct, his hands dropped down and he's handballed it. But his mind needs to be sharper. We've just scored a goal. Like, you know we've been so bad after we score a goal recently and you've let it happen. And other than that, the team was pretty decent defensively. We didn't really allow Sheffield United to really create any other chances. And just one lapse in concentration and we conceded a goal, man. The penalty. Fair play to McBurney on the penalty, by the way. It was an unbelievable penny. But yeah, McTominay, a bit concerned. Because you could argue he deserves a start in the next game. But does he really, based on his performance? I'm not so sure. And the goal, fine, unbelievable. But performance-wise, I'm not so sure. Let's take it on to another negative. And look, I try to find the best out of a lot of things in life in general, but especially in players and Man United, obviously. Anthony, it's your first game back in 7 weeks. I would have thought you'd kind of come back to improve, like with renewed energy, new ideas, but it's not really there for me. Like, he kind of was doing the same things that he usually does, which is retain the ball, retains possession. And I like that, cool, but I need better link-up play. I need more aggression in terms of directness. Look at the difference between Garnacho and Anthony. Garnacho comes on and you know he's going straight for that box at least towards the goal. Doesn't matter what he's doing. Doesn't matter what situation he's in. That's what he's going to try unless he thinks obviously he's safer to pass it back. Garnacho makes pretty good decisions sometimes. Anthony, it's like he gets the ball. He might try to beat his man once or twice in 60 minutes. But the rest of the time, he's going to hold on to it and pass it back. Or he's going to cut inside, take a shot towards a far corner. I need a bit more. You should come with renewed energy. That right wing spot is being begging for someone to take it. And I just don't think he's grabbing it by the horns. He's only starting there right now because no one else is better for that right wing spot, unfortunately. But yeah, and obviously he brings balance to the team and ball retention, but we need more, man. I think we honestly need more. Okay. Let's move it away from the negatives, yeah? Because overall from today, I don't think there were that many negatives. Obviously, I would have wished that we could have held on to possession a bit more. I would have wished that we would have been a bit better in attacking or chance creation, because we kept the ball a lot in the second half, but did we create a lot of clear chances? Maybe Marcus had one. Garnacho had a few half chances. Forget about the offside one. Dalot obviously scored a goal today, which was a bit of a worldie. Other than that, we didn't really create many chances, but I'm glad. Look, match roundup, moving it on away from the negatives. I'm glad we've got the win for Sir Bobby Charlton, a fitting way from Dalot. Man of the match for me is Captain Fantastic, Bruno Fernandes. Very mature performance. I just hope he keeps it consistent. Don't start losing your head in the next games if something goes wrong. Keep playing the way you're playing. Keep it simple if you have to. Bruno wasn't really that risky today or trying to find a hero ball today like he usually does. He did it a couple of times in only his nature, but he didn't really do it too much today, I thought. And sorry, I was just thinking who was man of the match, because yeah, they've given it to Maguire, but I'll personally give it to Bruno Fernandes or Amrabat. Really excited to see Amrabat more in the future, and hopefully he gets a bit more comfortable on the ball and a bit more comfortable with his teammates so he can start dominating the games more. Really impressive, them two. And not overly excited about the result today, or the performance at least, sorry. Happy with the result, not really excited with the performance, but building blocks. We've won the last 2 games for the first time this season, 2 consecutive wins. We got Copenhagen at home on Tuesday, I believe. So that should be another win. Let's be realistic. And I know I said that about Galatasaray, but it should be a win, or hopefully we win and then we can build on that, and that's 3 wins in a row. I know we've got the big Manchester derby next weekend, which is going to be tough, let's be honest. I'm going to be going to the game on Tuesday. Make sure you watch out for my vlog for that. I'm going to be going to Old Trafford, driving up there from work in London to Manchester, and then driving back the same night because I got work the next day. So it's going to be very tough for me on that day. Watch out for the vlog on that one. RIP Sir Bobby Charlton. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you get in the comments to let me know what you thought about today's performance. Are you happy or not? Are you content at least? Who do you think was man of the match? Was it Maguire? Was it McTominay? Was it Bruno Fernandes? Was it Amrabat? Do you think McTominay should start in the next game? Do you think Maguire starts in the next game? Let me know in the comments. See you on the next one. Peace out. Between the lines.